Hi, I'm Dean,
And I'm James.
and we're Rolls Bayce, and you're watching the AU review.
Well, let's talk about your music.
Okay.
We finally got to hear some tunes this year, but it's been in works for a while. Can you tell us a little bit about how this project began, I guess?
James and I were rather inebriated one night at a show in Brisbane, just down the road, and we'd been mates for a little while, and we sort of knew that we had very similar musical interests and passions, and we sort of had that, that hypothetical talk that everyone in bands has about, we should do something, we should do a project, we should make some music. And then, we ended up housemates living in a house full of musicians, and we were just like, oh, no excuse, we're here. All our gear's here, we can actually just do it. And the rest is sort of history, I guess. We talked to Neil, our bass player, that night as well, and sort of rung him in very early. And then it was, just 2 years of not acting on it. And then we finally did.
Yeah, that's
Anything to add?
No, but I've known Neil since high school, and he was a logical choice. I don't think I've played with a better musician than him, really. And it just all came together pretty naturally. I left my previous band Millions, and had a lot of spare time. Took 6 months off playing the drums, which was
You were missing drums a lot, weren't you?
I was missing drums, and it was just a logical sort of thing. So, it was something I've always wanted to do, and it's been great since. So
We're having fun.
yeah.
So then, how does you go into that? Everyone's involved. How do you then go? What sort of music are we going to make? Do you just jam? And
That
see what
was
happens?
that was kind of the first thing we figured out. That initial conversation, and it basically just stemmed from the music we were just like bonding over. That's kind of the nice thing about this band. We haven't sort of said, "Oh, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to be." It just is sort of. It's really naturally informed by what we listen to and what we like.
Yeah.
And James and I just started sort of. I had a handful of ideas that I'd sort of written, like really sort of just half-baked guitar ideas and stuff that I hadn't finished, that I knew that I liked, but I didn't really have anything to do with. That wasn't sort of suitable for the band I was in at the time, and we just sort of got stuck in and started throwing some ideas back and forth, and it was just like, oh, this is what the band sounds like, just straight away. It was like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, that was as simple as that. I don't have anything to add to that.
James was in on the vibe straight away. Neil too. We got Neil in for his sort of. I think we played a couple of times just at the house, mucking around. We were like, okay, it's time to bring Neil in. He's trying to bring in the secret weapon, and Neil sat in on that first jam, and just he got it straight away as well. So there wasn't much deliberation over what are we going to be, what are we going to sound like. It was just like, this is just what we sound like.
And is what we've heard so far a pretty good indication of where you're going as well?
I guess so. It's what would you? I guess I think it's a pretty good sort of. I don't know how to.
I think it's a good introduction to sort of what we're about from the outset. But I think that as a three-piece, obviously, sort of can only do so much in a way. So I think we're trying to flesh out ideas and basically experiment a little bit with how to make it sound a bit more massive and a bit more texturally sort of interesting instead of just the sort of standard three-piece sort of setup. But the new stuff that we've been doing and the songs that'll be coming out soon definitely show a step forward, I think, in terms of our sort of ability to ring as much as what we possibly can from the instruments we have. So
I think because we've just finished mixing the EP, and that's going to sort of be out really soon, and I think that will be a more sort of holistic, so give people a more holistic idea of what the band is about. It's hard, to wrap up everything that you're doing in one song, or to pretend that one song can be indicative of the sound of a band. Unless you're the kind of band who, or your songs sound the same. And you know, we're trying. Well, you know, we're not that. We're not that. We're not sort of. I hope we're not sort of a one-trick pony. But I think in general terms of our vibe. Yeah, I think, don't get me wrong, it's you know, it tells you a fair amount about sort of how we roll, the kind, you know, the way we play, which is cool.
Pun definitely not intended.
Yeah. Actually, I had that scripted. But